This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Wolverine Power Cooperative and Great Lakes Energy. Your local electric cooperative is looking out for you. And by Munson Healthcare Cadillac Rehab Services.
As we get a look at the McBain Marching Band here on senior night at McBain High School for the 26 Sports and CCTV Michigan High School Football Game of the Week between the Clare Pioneers and the McBain Ramblers. Two teams with playoff aspirations, and boy, did it look like it with a competitive first half. As the McBain Ramblers have a 1-point advantage heading into the third quarter, they lead the Pioneers 14-13. And we saw a first quarter where it was two defenses that came out physical, playing downhill, and really stifled both offenses. And it was the defense at the final play of the first quarter for the McBain Ramblers, Caden McGillis, on a pick six that got the Ramblers off and running. But then the Pioneers offense found its rhythm, found two long scoring drives of their own, but then Gavin Seelan also with a long 45-yard touchdown reception. And that's how we've arrived at 14-13. What did you see in that first half?
Well, I tell you what, as you're looking at tonight's ball game, you can see why Clare is scoring 40-some points a game. In a lot of the games they've had this year, they have some quick strike capability, and they have some receivers that can just make people miss and make great cuts. They've been a little bit unfortunate with a couple of penalty calls that have brought back some long plays. And for McBain, you know, we're not seeing George Brown III run the ball as much, but he's making some great plays with his arm out there tonight and finding some openings in that Clare defense.
Really, the story of this game thus far has really been the Clare Pioneers and some of their mistakes that they've made. Now, some of them have been forced by this McBain defense. They have been coming out playing aggressive. They recovered a fumble, and they got an interception that was returned to the house by Caden McGillis. But really, we've seen a touchdown call back from Colt Smedley on a kickoff return, and then also right there to end the first half, which would have been the go-ahead touchdown by a 76-yard catch and run by Alex Warner, which was absolutely spectacular, but both called back due to penalties.
And a pick six that they've given up. So, yeah, they've, I would say, have had probably the bigger mistakes certainly that have hurt them in this game, but it's anybody's ball game at this point. It's 14-13. There's a solid half of football to go. We'll see what happens. We'll
see Shane Jenkins threw an interception, but also picked off George Brown III twice in the first half. He has a passing touchdown and a rushing touchdown. Gavin Seelan, for the second straight week, scored a 45-yard touchdown or more, as he did it last week as well. And then, of course, we saw the pick six from Caden McGillis. Look, we got a barn burner for the final 26 Sports and CCTV Michigan High School Football Game of the Week here on the 2019 season. We'll be right back to see who will take the final game here at McBain High School.